Hello. Happy Monday. For whatever it's worth. Let's try that. Share. May have to fix it later, but that's okay. Oh, I have such issues. It's fine. Everything's great. Nope, that is not what I wanted. Nope, that's okay. Now it's just being mean. There we go. Trying to answer these practice questions really quick. Not for y'all, for me, for something else, for scripting. The answer is always add more RAM. Good afternoon. I would like. Good afternoon. How are you? Is it time for tea? Oh, I actually knew that answer. Ooh, ooh, these are good questions. Which of the following forms of shell scripting is most commonly used? Corn shell, Z shell, born again shell, or born shell? I do not know the answer to that one at all. I'm going to guess. Which of the following are common problems that can be introduced into a system or network with a script? Lots of stuff. Uh, how many do I get to pick? Two. This thing I'm working through, it actually has blue screen of death as BSOD. Didn't realize blue screen of death had its own acronym. I mean, I guess I feel like I should have known. But didn't know it had its own acronym. Yeah, let's try those. Okay. Okay. It's like the questions are about scripting. So when one of the answers says create a script too, that's probably the answer. Which scripting language is used widely for, website and web page? Oops, I selected the wrong one. There we go. Because I literally saw the beginning of the question and I didn't finish reading it. Oh, the processor. Interesting. I feel like one of the questions answered one of the previous questions I had. There we go. Okay. Am I able to put the power potion? I do not see. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I probably can. Give me 1 second. So sorry. Thanks for letting me know, Amber. Keep me on my toes. Okay, there we go. Now, this PowerPoint is going to be for today and Wednesday, and so we're only going through like the first little part. And then I'm actually going to do some stuff in Jupyter Hub today, some scripting stuff. And so, oh yeah, I didn't put it in there. That's not going to have a PowerPoint, but that's okay. File. Let's see. I don't even know what week this is. So let's see. Data gathering. Nope. Cleaning. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Open my files, please. Okay. Classes 403. Oh, which one is it? Is it that one? Nope, it's definitely that one. Okay, so I think it's that one. Oh, bugger. Okay, hold on. I have to stop it. It doesn't like when it's being used in PowerPoint for some reason, so I have to close PowerPoint. This is all me problems. I'm just kind of giving you all the rundown. Okay, save and display. Go back. Yeah. Okay, so let's move this one up here. And then I'm going to move that one to the right, move that one to the right. There. Okay, you should be able to see it now. Okay, let's try this again. Slideshow, beginning. Here we go. Man, I had a problem with the autocorrect on these, but that's okay. Okay, so the first thing we are going to look at today is we're going to look at our API pet project because we need to get those started. Okay, it's pretty much going to be for the month of October that you're going to work on it. Um, and the information is in Moodle, but I wanted to go through it with you guys, just so that you're aware, you know what's going on, you have an idea of what's going on. That way you can't say I didn't know what was going on, that type of thing. So the whole point of the API project, and we've already kind of covered a lot of this, is to become familiar with one specific API, okay? And then to be able to convey information regarding this API to the others in the class. Okay, so your scenario is you've been tasked with learning a new API to present to your working group. The group would like to know the capabilities, and my Citrix just died. That's okay. What the capabilities of the API are, how to use it, and then also finally some examples of the API in action. Okay, so that is the basis of this project. So since we have the basic, let's look at some like logistical stuff. So 2 or 3 people per group. Just kind of shoot it in Discord as to who the group is. You are more than happy to do it on an individual level. I know some people kind of like working alone, but you're pick your own groups. I'm not assigning groups. Okay. Just let me know by Wednesday if possible, if not by the end of this week. Okay. Um, but because then that way I know you've thought about it. Okay. By end, I'm making myself a note of a week. Okay. So requirements analysis. Okay. So you can pick any API that you can find on the web. And I've got some examples in this presentation as well. Okay. However, try to find something interesting. Okay. Something that might be useful. Okay. Don't pick, something that is all over the web and it's easy to use and stuff. Let's dig a little deeper and find some APIs that could actually give us some good information. Okay. So your main task, teach us how to use the API, what the API is, give us some examples, and give us a reason why we might want to pick this API for the final project. Okay, which is kind of like November timeframe. Okay, we are going to be do a presentation, and we're going to do a write-up, and I really want to share these write-ups. I'm just trying to work out the logistics of that. Um, but it will be kind of like a documentation write-up of, you know, the pros and cons, what's good about it, some examples, stuff like that. Okay, but there will be a presentation. The write-up is going to include the HTTP methods that we use. Remember, we talked about the get and the put and the all that kind of stuff. That's what we're talking about. Okay. The features, the functionalities of your API, parameters, authentication, if authentication is required. We're going to talk a little bit about authentication today. I turned my ding dong off. There we go. How to obtain keys if they're needed for authentication, what the format of the responses kind of looks like, and just a brief tutorial on how you might be able to use it. Okay. It's like a 5 to 7 minute presentation, an introduction to the API. Oh, wow. I have introduction twice. I must really want an introduction. But why did you select it? High level overview. So you're not going to be reading your write-up. Okay, please don't do that. Um, it's got to be enough information to get people wanting to read the rest of it. Okay, and that's why I'm saying I'm gonna be able to post, or maybe we'll share on like a shared drive or something. I just haven't figured out the best way to do it, but somehow I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna share our write-ups so that if it did interest you, you could use it for your final. Okay, so a high-level overview, maybe some pros and cons, and then a brief description of at least two things that you could do with the API. So you can gather data and you can, do something else. I don't know. So two things you could do with the API. Now, the presentations are going to be the last week of October, so the 28th and the 30th. And the write-ups are due the Friday before. So it's going to give you like 3 weeks to kind of get going and kind of look at this. Um, And, the write-up can be in a few different ways. You can do it in a Jupyter notebook. You can do it in kind of a Word document with a notebook attached. You can put I was gonna say videos, not videos. You put some pictures into a document, things like that. But the format is pretty open as long as you check off all the boxes of what we're looking for. Okay. Um, some example APIs. Okay. Amazon. National Weather Service, Spotify, Twitter, the US Census Bureau, YouTube. Okay, so and then those are some good examples of where you can go and look for additional information. And then finally, I put a few links of where you can find them. So if you click on like this first one, it's loading information. Here, there's a few things, right? So there's like Instagram. Just ignore that. Instagram, what about Zillow? Zillow might be kind of cool. What could you get from that? Um, LinkedIn, profile data, Instagram, um, Twitter, things like that. If you're not sure, ask. Um, but just about everything's kind of like on the table with that. Okay, so 60/40. So there's your tutorial, the endpoints and how it connects up between them, the response formats, authentication, requirements for the authentication, general presentation, and then demonstration overview, presentation style, questions. There's, okay, I'll ask for questions again later. I'll just let it sink in for a little bit. How's that? Questions, questions, questions. No? Y'all are lying. Everybody's lying, lying, lying. Okay. Okay, let's go into that Jupyter notebook. I'm gonna show, I think I'm gonna try and go through some just like basic things because I feel like I've had a lot of questions about like how does this work? So you know what? Let's figure it out. Okay, I may have to switch my screens though. So let's see, share, let's share that one. Okay, and then there it is. Oh, and it's on the wrong screen. So why wouldn't it be? There we go. I'll move that over there. I'll move this over here. Okay. So if you're using the web version, okay, so if you're using the Linux version, you're not going to have these, I don't know, issues. Is that a thing? I don't mean it like issues in a bad way. Um, but issues. So on Launcher, you can come up here and you can actually just create a notebook from scratch. So if you wanted to, you can open up your class folder, you can add a new folder. So API, pet project, like that. You can open that up. You can start a Python folder here. You can right click and rename. So I'm just kind of making it up. And then you can do your Jupyter notebook as you go there. Okay, so you can collab and kind of put it in there. Um, okay, so I've got project 2 up. Let's save that one. Okay, so a few things at the top over here. There's save. This is going to insert a cell chunk, cut, copy, paste. Here, this is going to be a run, and it's going to run the cell that you're in. So say, for example, I am down here. That one's not complete. So I'm down here in cell 26. I can hit that button, and it's going to just run that one cell. Okay, so it doesn't run the rest of them. Um, this is, and it'll interrupt it. This one right here is will restart the entire thing. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to ask if you want to restart. It's going to clear everything out and it's going to kind of go from the beginning and kind of just redo it. Okay. This is going to restart here code. And then you can validate. So some people I think were confusing validate with the run. The validate is just going to make sure that your Python notebook is in a format that is compatible. That's really about it. Okay. The run for each cell is what you're going to need in order to um, check to make sure what you've typed is correct. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few cells of this and kind of work through a few of the errors that I was finding. So number one, I found a lot of people were having an issue with the data. Okay, and your data was coming back fine, but then you'd get down here, the country code was fine, and you'd get down here into splitting your data up into the 4 different lists, and it was kind of going chaotic. Okay, so feel free to put extra prints in there to see what's going on, and things like that. So one of the big issues I found was it tracked all the way back up to split. Okay, so if you up here said split and just sent it a comma, if I were to run it, actually, you know what, let me comment that out again real quick. If you were to run, okay, I'm going to run that one. I'm going to run that one. Okay, I still have 32,000. Okay, I run my countries. It didn't affect my countries at all. If I run here, look at what my lists are showing. I say print the length of males, females, rich females. Okay. So I printed out those 4 things and I'm getting 0. Okay. So the next thing I did was because I wasn't sure what was going on, I had it print out each record. Okay. It's quite a long output, but here, I also took it from the single line and I broke it up thinking maybe there was something weird with that. Okay. But here, let's run just this cell again. So if I run just that cell, I'm just going to ignore the error. Here is all of the rows that I was pulling from that data file. Okay. Now, what I want to look for is the sex. So right here, sex, look what it's pulling. There's a space there. Okay. And the same thing, there's a space on that one. There's a space on that one. Okay. That's because when I did the split up here, it should be comma space. Okay. So if I run that cell, let's just run my way down. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and it's going to run that. But when I scroll all the way to the bottom, oh Lord have mercy, it's 32,000 files. There we go. And I run the length now. Now it's saying I have 21,000 for the males. That's a better number. Okay. Also, when I look at the data as it's being printed, here we go. Sex is male. That space is now gone. Okay. So you can kind of strip that in a few different ways. I just split it on comma space and it was able to take care of it. Okay. You can also, I think, strip all the white space out when you do the conversion, but either way works. Okay. But that was kind of a big issue that I saw in a few people's, at least their number two. Okay, so let's see. Let me run that one. And it did the assert, so everybody's happy. So here, so what is the ooh, percentage of the high income men and women? Okay, so I've created the lists. Okay, so I made all of those lists. So here, what I can do, the percentage of high income men and women, let's see. Oh, the other thing was the list comprehension right here. Okay. The list comprehension. See, I imported collections up here in the previous cell, so I didn't have to do that again. But using the list comprehension is kind of like the one-liner thing, right? But that's okay. I'm gonna comment out my other length, and then when I run it and I run the asserts, everything looks happy. Okay. If for some reason I was not getting something correct, the assert would throw out an exception. It would be like a pink kind of cell. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So question three, let's see, percentage. So on to the code, I'm going to say percent high men equals, I want it as an integer, right? It says truncated to an int. I don't know if I can, hopefully you can see it. So I want the length of the rich males divided by the length of the total number of males, right? Times 100. Okay, and percent females, I can, oops, didn't mean to do that. I can actually cut and paste the same thing. And then here, instead of men, it is woman, rich females, and the length of females. Okay. Then again, I can run on that and then do the assert and it's good. Now I can always come back here and oops, get rid of the dot. And I can say print percent high men, print percent high, whoops, women. And there's my percentages. So 30% and 10%. Okay. That's really all there was for that question three. And then, like I said, the assert is to help you kind of understand that you did it correctly. Okay. So here we'll come down to question four. So average ages for all women, all men, high income, high income. Okay. So here I was given average underscore woman equals average man equals average high woman, average high man equals. Okay. So I was given all my variables to use. So my average woman is going to be equal to the sum of, if I can find the right thingy. Nope, wrong thingy. Now the right thingy. Okay, X age, right? Oops, almost right. Now it's writer. Writer? Better right? 4x in females divided for x in females, square brackety, parenthesis, divided by the length of females. Okay, right? Because what you're doing is sum divided by the total number, right? So average woman equals sum, x age, for X in females. Now, if I wanted to check that just that one, I could go ahead and run that cell now. And then if I run the assert, notice here it does give me the assert error, but it's pointing to the second one. So the average woman gave it a correct value. Okay. So I can actually then copy this 1, 2, 4 total, right? Because now I have average man. So get rid of the whoa in males divided by males, right? And then average high woman and then high man. Oops, I can't spell. High man. Sorry. Right. Okay. And so this is not going to be females. This is, if I look up here, rich females, right? Divided by length of rich females. And then here I've got rich males divided by rich males. So I come up here, I can save it, hit my button, hit my assert. Everybody seems to be happy. It's not complaining. It's giving me my numbers. So here also I can say print, let's print everybody so we know what's going on. 2, 3, 4. Average man, average high woman, average high man. Okay. I can run that cell again. There's my numbers. Okay. Questions so far? Sorry, I'm going off my cheat sheet. Okay. If you do have a question, you can also put it in chat. I'm going to open my chat over here. Okay. Question 5 says to, I don't know, do something. Standard deviation. Okay. And then so it's STDDEV. Okay, so STDDEV underscore males equals math dot square root. I think some people were having problems with the math stuff. Hold on. There we go. Oh, thanks for letting me know. You know who you are. You know who you are. I'm just kidding. Okay. Where am I? Oh, math square root of the sum of x. Oh, x of age minus, oops, that's not a minus. There we go. Minus average man, right? I think that's where some people were having issues with the dub twos. For X in males, is that a word? Yep. Okay. Divided by, oops. I have a problem with my well, I'll just call them all parentheses, but between parentheses and square brackets and all that kind of good stuff. Divided by the length of of males minus 1. That's not a close. There, how's that? Let's see what happens when I do that. Ooh, it doesn't like it. Okay, so let's see. Import math. Math domain error. How did we fix this? Square root is not defined. I know, we figured this out last week, didn't we? Math.pow. You have to do pow for square root?
I did gentry.
Yeah,
From what I can remember, it was like you leave the square root.
I thought
Uh,
it was the double asterisk, wasn't it? That was messing everything up.
yeah, I can pull up my
It
assignment.
was this, right?
I believe so.
But see, my error was actually complaining about the math square root. Oh, because I'm dumb. Just ignore me, it's fine. See, it's saying math domain error. Dude, I got this to work last time.
So yeah, so it's
Math dot square root
math that square root sum
sum x
math
age
pow.
minus math pow.
So you put the x age minus average man of two, or yeah, times two, all wrapped in the math pow.
Oh,
If you want, I can put the line in the chat.
if you would like to. So like that,
Um,
I think so.
without the brackets, like the
Oh, wait, it goes inside the sum. There we go.
yeah,
Lord have mercy. Okay, let's see. Mm, yeah, I figured I messed that up. Sum math. Okay, let's see. That one, that's that. Where's my closing one go? Oh, we don't have a, wait, I put an extra one. Is that what it is? Oh, I think I have the wrong one.
yeah, and then you'd have to change it after the four x and males.
Oh, this one over here.
Yeah,
And I think I
and
have an extra one.
yeah, and the
I
four
told you I'm not good at parentheses. I
and the four
really have when I do the
x.
inline like this, I have such issues with parentheses. Okay, but okay, I think we got it now. So now, because we're IT and we're lazy, we're gonna copy it 4 times and go females. Average woman in females, length of females. How's that? And then here we'll go high males. So average high man, just it's funny. And then rich, and then down here, rich. Thanks, Enrique. I knew we were messing with it last week. High females. Let's see, average high woman in rich females. And then here, rich, oops, females. Let's try it again. There we go. Beautiful. So yeah, didn't like the math.pow or didn't like the
Slight
star star.
correction. Nyreek.
Nyreek, what did I say? That is not
Enrique.
what I said. I don't know where I got the word I said from. I am so sorry, Nyreek.
You're good.
I just know that's not what I said. I don't even remember what I said. Oh, Lord have mercy. It is such a Monday. Okay. And let's see, we're almost to this one. So I kind of really wanted to get to like 10, to be honest, with that. And then you can print them out, honestly, as well, if you would like to. Okay, so 6 here. Find the median ages. So we've got median males is equal to, now remember, we have to sort it. X, oops, oops, oops. Nope, that's right. X age. There we go. For X in males. Okay, and then we're going to do int the length of males divided by 2, right? Because we want to, because we're trying to find that middle ground, right? Length of males divided by 2. I have parentheses issues. Okay, so I think we're good now. So I'll copy that. Median females in females, length of females, median high males in rich males, length of rich males. And then here, median, whoops, females for X in rich females in rich females. Okay. Yeah, I will attempt. Yeah, okay. The recording started. Don't. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'll try. Okay, so there's that and that. Yeah, I try my best. Okay, so 7. Um, explain what relationships you've found. I'm not gonna do that one because words. Okay, so 8. What have you found? Use what you have found. Oh, Lord have mercy. To calculate the Pearson. So we're gonna want to calculate the and there's a few different ways to do it. But let's see. Skew males equals 3 times average man minus median. I can't spell. Males divided by SCDEV males. Okay. And then that's like the shorter equation of the two to use. Um, high. I don't know why we went from rich to high. I feel like high is like the wrong connotation. How's that? It's fine. Everything's great. Females. I think this is the easier one to do of the two. Like I said, the other way you can like do the sum, but then you have to cube it and no. Okay, so average, let's see, high man, average high woman, median high males, median high females, standard deviation, high males, standard deviation, high females. Is this helping you guys? Just say yes to make me feel better about my life.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay. And then I could always go through and print my skew. Okay, so, and again, I don't like to reinvent the wheel here, so I get it my equation working once and then I just use it. Okay? You could always also define yourself some functions for the equations and then send it what it needs to send. That would work as well. Hi, females. So that one I'm just going to print out some info there. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Explain my answer. Nope, not going to explain my answer. Okay. So this is kind of the one that I was going to get to because this one really Hot Mess Express. Okay. So one of the easiest ways to see what's going on is to graph it. Okay. And I think that's where um, that's where a lot of people, I think I feel like you guys were just doing a lot, but it wasn't showing what you thought. Okay. So if I import that's not matplot library pyplot as PLT. Okay. So I just imported pyplot. Okay. I can say my data dictionary, my eyeballs. I need my glasses. Oh, my data equals, sorry, equals dictionary of collections counter, right? X I'm gonna put age because I'm using my keywords for X in females. Choo, 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 choo. Okay. Then I can say make a bar graph of that. Okay. So range length of my data, comma, oops, that's not a comma, that's a comma. List my data values. Oops, there we go. Align, ALIG. Why can't I spell align? Equals center. Okay. And then have a good night. ELT X ticks. That was my light. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Range. She hit my light to turn off instead of hers. I'm just giving you a hard time. You're funny. 3 um Y for XY. Oops. In my data keys if X whale mod 3 I know it's incomplete. Is let's try that. That's what I thought. Does not merge parentheses. Oh, y'all, I got parentheses issues. Oh wait, those look like they match now. Nope, incomplete input. If X mod 3 is equal to what? What did I say it was going to be equal to? Man, I need to fix my glasses. If X, hold on, let me see if I can pull up my other one. Let's see. This is inferentials. Send to, open with. Oh, my brain is just not working. Oh, wait, there we go. Open with. Ah, there we go. That's what I want. Let's see. Find question. Come here, please. Find question 10. Why not? It says I can't find that. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Mm, 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 mm. That's so hard being me. Oh, because I'm in the wrong thing. No wonder I can't find it. Hold on. This is descriptive stats. Much better. I'm like, why can't I find my plot? It's because I wasn't even in the right thing. Question 10. There we go. So let's see. Ah, equals 0. Rotation equals vertical. Let's try that. Oh, see, now it doesn't like mat plot. Did I spell it right? Mat plot lib. Okay, so one of the things I did notice is that on some of these, it didn't have like the install. And so I was having to, on the launcher, go to like the install, and I was having to actually do the pip. And then, well, what the heck? That's not what I wanted to do. Go back. New launcher. Let's do it this way. You know what? We could put it probably right in here. No, let's do it up here. There we go. So you can do the pip right in there. And then actually, once you do the pip, you can just comment it out. Now all of a sudden it's there. So you come down here and it still doesn't like, oh, wait, I have an error. Oh, that's okay. Successfully installed. Restart the kernel. I can do that. So come up here to the top, restart the kernel, restart, and we'll see how we did. I did say restart, right? Do you want to restart? All variables will be lost. Yes, please. Okay. So I can also come over here and say I can shut down all my kernels. I can discard that. I can open, that's my open tab. And then I can actually restart the kernel and rerun everything. And when you do that, it will kind of like put little stars in your cells. There we go. And then I get a cute little graph. This is not X tick. Oh, ticks. My bad. So then da 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 da. There we go. Okay. So that's the easiest way to see um like how the data is looking, how it's trending, whether things are kind of being grouped together, whether there are outliers, because it looks like there could be a few outliers in here. It looks, kind of like it goes up and then there's some gaps in here. Um, but that's an easy way to kind of um just view it. Okay. So like I said, there are a lot of people that were kind of trying to explain it in words, and words are fine. But the easier way to do it is to do it with a picture. Okay. So that was that one. And then we might as well do 11 because that's just the last one, right? So Pearson male, Pearson female, we'll get rid of that. Okay. So the average woman hour equals sum of X. Okay. And then here we want hour worked per week. Dun dun dun. Right? For X in females divided by the length of females. Okay. So here I can copy that one now. 2, 3, 4. In males, average man, average, let's see, high, and we can do high man. Okay, so X in rich females divided by the length of rich females. And that's rich, whoops, males divided by the length of rich males. Okay, so that's part A, part one of what you have to do in order to find the Pearson, right? Okay, so then I've got standard deviation of males for the hours. Okay, so before we did ages, now we're taking the ages and we're using hours instead. Okay, so I kind of need to do everything I did before again. Okay, so I want to calculate the standard deviation. If I go back up to these over here, I can copy that and put it down here. Okay, and instead of age, it's hours worked per week. Okay. So again, since it's already working, we might as well did it. Okay, so average man underscore hour. Okay, for X in males, in males. Okay. We're going to copy that one, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So females. Okay, that's correct. Average woman hour in females, length of females. Okay. Standard deviation for high, males per hour equals all of that. Average high man hour for in rich males, length of rich males. Okay. So high female hours, average, oh, that's not the word. That's rich. There we go. Average rich woman in rich females, and then rich females. Okay. So then that gets us a standard deviation. Now, if you think about it, if you had done the functions previously, you literally could just call the functions again instead of having to type out the equations. But in reality, you could just cut and paste. Okay. And then finally, you calculate the Pearsons. So I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to find where I didn't I do Pearsons already? Maybe I didn't. Average skew. We call it skew. No, I don't think we have it in here. Okay. But you could go ahead and calculate the Pearsons. So Pearsons male equals sum of, and I'm just gonna do this one and then we'll do, we don't have very many slides for today, so um this will work out good. Oh Lord. Okay. Age, okay, minus average man times X hours worked per week, dun dun dun, dun, minus average man hour for X in. I cut off my notes again, I'm sorry. But I'm down at the bottom, so it's okay. For X in males, divided by length of males, divided by STDDEV males, divided by standard deviation males hours. Okay. And then, oh, my matching parentheses. Oi. Okay, let's see. Where am I not matching? Oh, I'm not matching anywhere. That's fine. Everything's great. So purple, there's nothing there. I think it goes there. Oh, I still don't have parentheses. Yeah, I'll just ignore my parentheses issues. Oh wait, I need a bigger one, I think. No, wait, that's the big do. Maybe I'll just put another one. I'll just keep putting parentheses. Oh, see, now I got too many. Does not match an opening. Oh, okay. Don't be so cranky. Let's see. I feel like I have one there. It's the something. The something? Maybe it goes there. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here, let's do this. I'm going to cut from here and I'm going to paste. Oh, whoops. Slash. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. We're doing better. So let's see. Average rich man. Oh, because it's high. Forgot we're not rich anymore, we're high instead. Just kidding. So my Pearson female. Okay, so that looks good. And then I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go up here and go to female. Oops. Female, average woman, average woman hours in females, standard deviation, female hours. Okay. Pearson's high male, average, high man. Oops. High man, average high man per hour in rich males. Males in rich. Standard deviation high, standard deviation high. Okay, and then high female, average high woman, average high woman in rich females, the length of rich females, standard deviation high females, standard deviation high females. Oops, females. Dun, 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 dun. Beautiful. Okay. Did I put everyone to sleep? I didn't mean to. I thought maybe it would help. Okay, let's do these couple slides real quick. So let's see. Let's start from the O authorization. So all O authorization, and it's sharing the wrong screen now. What else is new? Share, to share. Okay. So we kind of have two topics this week. So it's data cleaning, which we'll talk about on Wednesday, and then it's this O authorization framework. And this is a really kind of a short little section, but O authorization is a way to say open authorization. Okay, it's access delegation. So granting access to a website or the application, their API, to their data, it's a way to verify your who you are, your identity. Okay, so it's a protocol to access material behind passwords without really using a password. Okay, so it's going to provide secure delegated access to the server resources without the need of having a username and password, because you don't want to give every single person out there a username and password. Okay, so we have two different types of flows, and I'll give examples of them. So the first one is a three-legged flow, and the legged flow is basically how many people are involved. Okay, so a three-legged flow has got three parties. A two-legged flow has two parties. So the three-legged flow, it is the end user, the client, and the server, and there is a request. Um, the client does a post request of the server, then somewhere in there you have to get authorization, and then eventually you can do the connection with the get between the server and the client. Think about something like this as like sign in with Google. Okay. So like on Facebook, you can sign in with your Google authentication. That's what we're talking about here. Okay. So there's kind of like a third party involved. Okay. So the first one, it's going to post it's going to, for an O authorization or request a token, it's going to get that, um, get O authorization authorize, get O authorization authenticate, and then finally it's going to post the token. Once the token has been kind of agreed upon by both sides, then it's kind of like free flowing data. Okay. It's kind of why it's called flow. So this is the security to set up at the beginning before that data flows. So the other type is a two-legged flow, and this kind of takes that middleman out. Okay. It's going to use the identity of the application itself to create a server to server interaction. Okay. There's no end user involved. So if you've ever heard of the word like a daemon or a service account, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so step one is going to be generally it's a post request. So it'll say post URL HTTP slash 1.1. Okay. And what you'll kind of get back is like there's an example right here. Okay, so LinkedIn O authorization version 2, send me an access token. If that request is executed properly, you will get a something back. Okay. And for this example, it's a JSON and it contains the access token and the expiration date of that token. So for example, if I look in it, it'll say access token equals blah, 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 and it will expire in, 3 hours. Once you have that access token, that's what you're going to use then to make that secure connection. Okay. And in your API request, you need to use that authorization token in order to connect properly. And you're going to use it in the header. So we talked about the header values, right? Well, one of them is an authorization. So get API.LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. My connection, I want to say keep alive. And then my authorization, that's where I put my token in. Okay. So with the two-legged flow, each time you do that post, you can use the same token until that expiration date comes through or the expiration time. Okay. Like I said, this is like 1800 hours, so it probably expires in, a lot of times it's 24 hours, right? They'll give you free access for 24 hours or for a day. Um, and so the most common way to do it is to put that token in the header of your get. Okay. So sometimes you can put it within the URL, but it's definitely more common to do it in this way. Okay. That is really all that we touch on with this O authorization. And again, really, it is a way to secure your data without needing to have a username and password for every single person or program that wants to connect. Okay. So the two-legged flow has the access token, it sends it back. So for example, Spotify, it's a two-legged. And then the three would be like having that user in the middle of it where, okay, I can use my Google account to log into Spotify. Okay, this would be using Spotify directly. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? No, maybe green, blue, generic. Was it helpful going through some of that Python stuff?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Because I don't want to feel like I'm wasting your time by going through some of that. But I was seeing a lot of the same kind of issues coming up. And like I said, the very first issue was not having the correct data in your list to carry it through. Okay. And most of it was the space missing or the extra space. So it looked like you didn't have any data. That was the biggest issue. And then just like I was having today, there were some of the math issues. The matplotlib was, if it wasn't there, um, and just matching up parentheses, because Lord knows that is my biggest issue. Um, is there more in-depth set of directions? So there are instructions in Moodle posted for the Pet API project. It's pretty much what we went through, but it's like the written version of it. Um, you didn't see it. Hmm. Let's stop sharing my screen and let me see if I can go find it. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.